Hey, welcome back to another episode of Instant Rom Podcast. I'm your host, Juan. As always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
I'm so good. Do you know why I'm so good?
Because you're going on vacation.
It's our 3-year anniversary.
That is right. I woke up to a text from Sierra. It was like,
you woke up to that?
What time was that at?
I don't know, like 5 p.m.?
No shit.
No, it wasn't.
Anyways, I got a text from Sierra, and it was just like, happy anniversary for the podcast, 3 years. And I was just like, holy shit. It's been 3 years. It's wild.
It was like 11:30.
I must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Just waking up. Made in time for my final, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Dude, hell yeah. How was it?
The anniversary is good.
Okay.
I think it's funny that I think every year you and I somehow fuck up and just forget it's coming.
You know what? I didn't forget it was coming. I just didn't care.
Oh, bro. That hurts.
You know why I didn't care?
Huh.
Because we never do anything. If we did something for the first one, that would be rad. If we did something for the second one, that would be rad. We were like, we're going to change up our theme song. And that's like as far as we went.
All right, man. I'm calling it.
Yeah?
For our anniversary, we're doing a big blowout.
Okay, what are we doing? Who are we blowing?
We're getting a bunch of Coke, and we're going to Vegas.
Speaking of Coke in Vegas, this week we're reviewing Detective Pikachu.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's a new movie that came out recently. It's the... in quotations, live action Pokemon, right?
Yeah, it's that whole live action Pokemon shit that's based off of a spin-off game from Pokemon.
And Pokemon was an anime at one point.
We're pretty much really fucking
we're reaching here.
Yeah.
This is it's a busy time, and I guess technically this does fall under an episode of live action garbage.
Yeah, it totally. This is a new title, live action garbage Pokemon. Ignore the actual title of the episode.
Yeah.
Just put that like in your brain eyes. Just put that as the episode title.
God, people are gonna be upset. We don't think it's garbage, so I'm just gonna make that very clear.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Straight up, go see it. No spoilers. Go see it if you're a Pokemon fan. If you're not a Pokemon fan, like I don't know why you're caring that much, but like it's okay. If a Pokemon fan's like, hey, come see this movie with me, you're gonna be like, okay.
You like Ryan Reynolds? You like jokes?
Yeah, it's got those.
Maybe you got kids. Kids like it.
It's a great family film.
Yeah, for sure. That's what
it's got dark jokes. It's got not dark jokes. Anyways. Man, how did we fuck up our anniversary again?
I don't know. I think it's funny. It's just because we didn't
even go to dinner for it.
I mean, the other time I was at your house, you literally said, "Hey, man, I owe you money," and I go, "What for?" And you say, "The Podbean subscription renewed itself." I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "Hopefully it went through." I don't know how much money I have in my bank account. And then you go, "How much do I owe you?" And I was just like, I don't know, half of it, right? So you Venmo me half, and I go, "Cool," and I go, oh, that must mean the anniversary's coming up. And then I instantly forgot.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. 3 years, it's nice.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I've never been committed to anything in my life for 3 years.
Yes, you have.
Nothing. Couldn't think of a single thing.
I could think of one thing.
Let's hear it.
Our friendship.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I'm happy about it. I think it's cool.
Also, like Game of Thrones and Attack on Titan and Naruto. And some other shit too. You did school. You've been schooling for like a billion years.
Yeah, I guess it's not that hard to commit 3 years to anything.
No, it's not. Yeah. I've bathed for 3 years.
Whoa.
Like collective time.
Okay.
3 full years.
Yeah, man. That's cool. I'm glad it's our anniversary.
Yeah.
So this is our anniversary episode, by the way.
Happy anniversary to us. Woo fucking howdy.
Yep.
Yee-hoo.
Yep. What's up, man? What's up with you?
Okay, so guys, it's past the time that anyone cares. But I got so fucking into this. Thursday morning, woke up crazy early for no reason in particular, just woke up hella early. Twitter was blowing up.
Oh, okay.
Reddit was blowing up.
How do we talk about it?
The whole fucking YouTube-overse was blowing the fuck up because of Pro Jared being a sleazy hoe. I followed Ross O'Donovan for a million years, ever since he was on Newgrounds, and I checked out all of his shit when I was a little youngin'. And I followed him ever since. I subscribed to his YouTube channel. He hasn't done a whole lot of animation. He became a part of Game Grumps. I was super stoked about that. I loved Steam Train. I've just followed him here and there. I've watched a few of his streams. I really like just kind of how wholeheartedly he loves animation and how he supports it in different ways. Anyways, I also wound up liking his wife a lot too. She just seemed like a chill ass person.
Nice.
then a while ago, they were getting a divorce, and they announced it really quietly. 7-8 months go by, and suddenly Pro Jared's just like, hey guys, my wife and I are getting a divorce. Pro Jared's a guy that I followed because of Game Grumps, I'm pretty sure. Like, Aaron Hansen must have liked a few of his videos or something. I'm
Just
like, I'll check this guy out.
By proxy, right? You're like, okay,
yeah, exactly. I was like, I'll check it out. And I liked a couple of his things that he did. He did a couple Nuzlocke runs that I thought were pretty fun. He was really into it. Nuzlocke is when you're playing Pokemon, and you put certain rules in to where you can only catch one Pokemon per area, and it has to be the first Pokemon that you see. And then if that Pokemon dies, you can't use it anymore.
Okay.
So he did a few really fun runs, and I liked the shit. I didn't follow it too much, but I liked some of the stuff that he did, even though he was a bit condescending and thought he was really smart. You don't need to be that way. It's just a little bit. Anyways. Yeah, him and his wife were breaking up. Don't know shit about his wife. But boy, did I learn a lot Thursday morning, because when they were breaking up, it was because he was having an affair with Ross's ex-wife, Holly, Commander Holly.
Heard about that.
So Jared Kavenbauer, or whatever the fuck his name is, and Holly Conrad were getting together behind Heidi's back. And just this whole thing turned into a huge YouTube drama because of all of the other people that were involved with it. It wasn't just Holly. There were other people that he was sending pictures and videos to, and that he was meeting up with at hotels and sleeping with. All allegedly, of course, because we have the chat logs, but it's not like legally verified or anything. There are even some underage fans that were talking about how he was trying to solicit photos from them. And, yeah, just a bunch of really creepy stuff. So I was fucking in it. I needed to see this guy go down. Pretty much I was like, oh man, that fucking sucks. Like, what a shitty guy to cheat on his wife, and also with this person that I respected before. But whatever, man. I mean, them's the breaks. And then when it got into the like, oh yeah, and there were a lot of other people, I'm like, wow, he's terrible. Oh, and they were underage. Yeah, fuck this guy. Let's see him burn. So many good memes came out of it. I was enwrapped, dude. I just fucking sat there. It was my day off, fortunately, because I didn't want to do anything else. I was just like, gotta see how many ways this guy's a piece of shit. Gotta see the fun things that people do in order to say like, hey, this is why you shouldn't support him. Here's another story about how he's terrible. And like, I don't know. I just want to see him go down. I want to see something come of this. I want to see something more. And I know that people have reported it already to some kind of a criminal system.
Sort of legal authority,
yeah. I think they've reported to like the federal level. I'm not sure, but federal justice.
I think that's funny just because I mean I'm unaware of this. There are very few YouTubers that I know.
Yeah,
like you know a lot. Like you have like a handful that you like.
I know a few. Yeah,
right. I know like I don't know any of the top of my head besides the ones that you tell me about, and then maybe somebody that's like on Facebook that also does like YouTube stuff. So I was at school when I heard about this.
Yeah,
and my other friend Kyle. He just like went, holy shit. Like he like blew up, and he's just like, did you hear about this? And I go, no. And he goes, and I thought that would have just ended the conversation. Just been like,
dude, it was a whole thing. I was trying not to tell people because I'm like, I won't be able to stop if I start.
Exactly. I was like, I felt like if I said, no, I don't know who that is, he'd just been like, oh, cool, never mind. Like me saying like, hey, there's a sex scandal with this like coach for the fucking Timberwolves or whatever. You'd probably be like, all right, whatever. And then not care. Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, whatever. And then he goes, okay, cool. Then he just gave me a like huge like lecture on who these people were and what their statuses were. Like I know about this guy's ex-wife or whatever and who he cheated with, and he's like they broke up because like she got really into like Wicca or whatever, and she wanted like to move to the fucking boonies, and he wanted to stay in LA. Like a bunch of stuff. I'm like, wow, that's wild. And I go, can you get to the part where he did something bad? So like why people hate him?
There's so much backstory to it though, man. If you've been following these people, you have been like,
you're invested.
Oh, man, I'm so happy to like see Ross is doing good. And I'm really happy that Holly's like somewhere that she wants to be. Like I'm happy that they're both thriving in these new worlds when it took a little while for them to feel happy after they, Yeah,
and then
fucking nuts.
And then he tells you about like all like the sex pest stuff about it, and he's just like, there's pictures about like of his like penis
see his
out there.
wangus, yeah.
There's pictures of him like dressed provocatively, like in Sailor Moon outfits. I was like, whoa! And I go, have you seen them? And he goes, no. That's where I draw the line. I don't want to see them. And I go, okay, cool. And then I thought it was super funny because Kyle ended up going to the movies with us.
Yeah.
And I knew that you knew exactly what this was.
I know what's
I hadn't talked to you about it.
No.
But I knew.
Well, because I'm not going to talk to you about shit you don't know about.
Exactly. But Kyle was like so enthralled and wanted to talk to somebody about it. He told me about it. And then like he would look for anybody else who was open and he like no one else cared. I was like, oh, you know what? And my head's like, I bet you anything Trip knows exactly what this is. And I brought it up and it fucking exploded. It's just like this conversation that needed to be happening. I was talking to Sierra about it. She goes, yeah, fucking Trip was at home. All this was going on and it was his day off. So he just wouldn't stop telling me about it. I was just like, oh, poor you. I think it's funny though, because I hate when people, this is weird. I hate when people get like destroyed, in the media sometimes because it's really brutal. Because like sometimes it's really like uncalled for. It just comes out of nowhere, or it's too harsh, right? You're just like, oh man, that's not fair,
As soon as you bring children into it.
Yeah, but exactly. But as soon as you tell me like, oh wait, he was doing like this dirty stuff with kids, I go, man, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He for sure deserves everything that's coming to him. Like there aren't a lot of rules in the society that I feel like are like really like you have to pay attention to. But there's some that are just like these are for sure taboo. I get like sometimes you say a joke inappropriately to somebody or a word slips here or there or whatever. That's fine, But when your true colors come out to fucking to the world and people can see that you're like just this dirty, gross person, go fuck yourself. Right? You don't deserve any redemption.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then I forget his last name because I just don't give a fuck about him. But that whole like James thing going on right now, I think is what it is.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Please do tell.
I'll just tell you really quick because it confuses the fuck out of me how it's even a thing. Anyways, there's this YouTube vlogger type dude who does makeup tutorials and whatnot.
I know the guy that looks very feminine.
Yeah,
Jacob Star or something Star.
No,
James
it's not Star.
No,
I don't think.
He was the cover girl and he got in trouble. He got in an argument with that other chick. I know who you're talking about.
Maybe. I don't know.
I know exactly what
I
you're
know
talking about.
like nothing about this dude.
I know about this one.
I've never seen any of his videos or anything, but I'm freaking out over Pro Jared stuff. And then people are like, oh yeah, have you heard about that James
Those
stuff
are pretty
going
good
on?
memes too.
And I'm like, what? Yeah. And then I found out about all this. Apparently, there's another YouTuber. Fuck, I wish I could get his name. I could just look it up. Like, it could take 2 seconds, but I'm not gonna. Fuck it. It's too late. Nobody's subscribed to him anymore. Anyways, he was trying to convince straight dudes to have sex with him.
Oh,
and he was being hella aggressive about it, I guess. Meanwhile, for me, I'm like, anyone tries to convince me to have sex with them, it's just like, hey man, like I'm either into it or I'm not.
Yeah.
There's not really you can convince me.
What a bold play to be like,
right?
Not only do you not find me attractive, but I'm going to be very aggressive and make you fuck me.
Right? Like, sorry, man, that's not going to work. That's just going to be like...
Do it, fucking do it.
Yeah, no, that's sexual harassment, homie. That's like sexual assault,
no,
homie.
I know who you're talking about. This other guy, this James guy, he became popular because he took he does makeup, right? And he did really pretty, like, senior photos, And his, like, senior photos fucking went ballistic and he ended up going on Ellen and then he ended up being, like, nominated the first cover girl as a guy or whatever, I think.
Yeah.
And then he started his own makeup stuff and it's just this whole thing. And then his shit, I don't know, something about like he promoted some sort of vitamin supplement for one of like the competitor of like one of his really close friends or some shit like that. I don't know. I'll tell you what, it's not as juicy as the Pro Jared shit.
Yeah, it just felt so weak, but he's losing so many more subs than Pro Jared is because nobody gives a shit about a little video game YouTuber, but apparently everyone gives a shit about some
makeup guy.
Yeah,
I know.
Whatever, man.
That's brutal. Anyways, I'm glad that we diverged. I'm again really sorry if you're like a fan of either of these people and you were just trying to get away from all that fucking harsh vibe and you fucking came to this Thunderdome because guess what, bitch? We ain't on them sides. Fuck them.
No, man.
I mean, fuck Pro Jared way more than this other guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're both shitty people in their own ways. I don't really know enough of the James stuff because I don't know what's going on with him.
I mean, one didn't try to diddle kids though, so.
Well, he didn't.
Yeah, try to.
I don't think that's as far as. No, he was just trying to get pictures from kids.
I mean, he's a dirty bird.
They're 16 years old too. I feel like there's a slippery.
We're doing this weird thing again.
We're gonna do a weird thing really quick.
We're talking about pedophiles again.
We're talking about pedophiles again. Here's what it comes down to. And I was having this discussion with Kyle and Eliza as well. And I don't know for sure if this is how it goes, but comes to cheating. That's like the first thing with all of this. Mm-hmm. Him and his wife agreed upon like, yeah, they could send risky pictures to their friends if it's agreed upon, or like other people on the internet. It's all good as long as it's risky. It doesn't show any nudity. And then it gets to the point where it's like, well, I mean, I'll test the waters. Like, they sent me one that was a little past what was okay. Mm-hmm. I'll send them one. And it's that weird area where I feel like it was such a slippery slope, and he went down hard. Mm-hmm. At not one point was he like, I should look back and be like, oh shit, that's where I should be. I should be up there on the top of the hill, but I've slid all the way down here. And he just kept going. So it's just like, I'll just send like worse and worse pictures. I'll get more sexually aggressive. I'll cheat on my wife because like it's pretty much already cheating. And then when it's like, oh, hey, like send me pictures. I'm 16. I shouldn't do that. He's like, fuck, but I'm already so close. What would it hurt? Like, it's 2 years. I feel like he was trying to convince himself because he's like, they're not kids, and they're not kids. Like, they know what they're doing, but they're also being groomed to do that, and they should not be fucking groomed. So it's a weird area of like,
there it is, man. It is. It's that weird area. It's a
no. The weird area is, how did he get here? It's like, you go from, you know, you're okay with doing some weird stuff with your wife says it's all good.
As long as it's cool, yeah.
And then it gets like worse and worse and progressively way fucking worse. And suddenly you're cheating with one of your best friend's wives. And then it turns into fucking soliciting photos from 16-year-olds. And like, what the fuck is all of that?
I don't know. It must have just always been in there. Just like it never...
I guess. I don't know. I couldn't imagine like... What would the breadcrumb trail be to lead me into a darker life? Like
fame.
Fame? Is that what it is? I'm sorry, you have like 1 million subscribers on YouTube? Takes. That's all it takes? Okay.
Nothing's more ominous than getting that fucking YouTube play button. They're like, hey man, you got 1 million. You know, once you get one of those, it's all fucking downhill from there.
No, I'm going to try to look at pictures of little kids.
Oh no, here comes a sex scandal. I can feel it.
Oh gosh. Anyways, I never want to be popular on YouTube. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't handle the fame.
Yeah.
Go into a Chuck E. Cheese and everyone will look at me funny, and I'm just trying to get my cheese, bro.
And they're all just like, hey, let us send you pictures. And you're like, no, please.
I'm just trying to get my cheese on, boys.
Please don't pro Jared me, please.
Yeah, man. The whole thing's just so fucking weird. It's weird. Blew my mind. Great day off.
Would do again.
Absolutely. Man, I got some fucking prime reaction pictures from all of it, though. It's just a lot of people reacting to stuff. Such good memes. Just a weird, fun time that came out of nowhere. That's the kind of stuff that, like, you kind of expect there to be like, oh shit, something's going on. And then everything blows up. It was like, nope, here we fucking go. And it all came out at once.
Hey man, them's the breaks, right?
Yeah, them's is the breaks. So yeah, my week's been good.
I'm glad.
Other than that, I've been preparing. I'm going to go on a trip to Ohio to go visit Tom. And I'm very excited about it. So I was doing a little bit of research about like what games I should get for the flight and downloading different TV shows and whatnot to watch while I'm stuck in airports for like 24 hours or some shit. It's going to be a lot of airporting. Yeah. A lot of planes and whatnot.
How far is Ohio?
Hella? I think I don't know, man.
It's on the East Coast?
Yeah, it's pretty much East Coast. It's like northeast around the lakes.
Oh, okay. The great ones.
Yeah, the big little lakes.
Yeah. I was never good with like the states and where they were at. Like I know the big ones: Texas, California, Florida.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good. You know, Maine
is on the top corner of the. And I think the only reason I know that is because of Stephen King.
Really?
You think so? Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What was Stephen King's whole Maine thing going on?
A lot of his books are just based out of Maine for some reason.
Yeah.
Like he likes that's the fucking state he picks or whatever.
Where he's
and obviously I know the state's above us and next to us. But besides
it's easy to know you're
the center part. Fucking clueless.
Hang on, man. Got 2 tricky ones for you. Okay, Hawaii.
Oh, that's in the ocean.
Okay, cool. Alaska.
Oh, that's like above us and then to the left. It's kind of connected to Canada.
It is Canada.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay,
that's the trick. It's Canada.
It's all Canada.
Yep.
Alaska and Canada, same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where the actual border is.
Yeah, same shit. No one wants to be there anyways.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So you excited for your trip, yo?
I'm pretty excited. I just don't want to
Go.
I just don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. Ugh, it's so gross. Waking up at 4 and driving a whole bunch and then like sitting alone. I'm just going to be spending a lot of time alone in a scary new place with a bunch of strangers around me. And some of them aren't going to wash their hands to save time. And it's going to be gross.
I heard that Ohio has some of the best ramen and anime in the world, actually.
Yeah, me too. From you right now.
Yeah. You'll feel like right at home.
What are you talking about?
You'll feel right at home.
Now, Tom's super excited to take me to the zoo. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, maybe we'll go on a hike. And I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, Dave and Buster's is right down the street. We could walk there. And I'm like, I'll walk. Like, it's half off night. We'll go. Okay.
Wow, man. Look at Tom's living it up.
Yeah, Tom is living it up.
That's cool, man. I'm excited for you and your vacation.
Yeah, it's going to be super, super sweet.
Cool.
Hey, man. How's finals been? How's this whole studying thing been going?
It's been good. It's been a lot of just like cramming, finishing projects. By last Friday, I had 3 of my projects done.
Ooh.
And I was like, cool. I don't have to worry about these anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday, I did like wedding crafting with Sierra. And then after that, I was going to work on some animations. And I got a text from a classmate in my coding class. He goes, hey, man, can you send me this code? I need to reference it. He goes, yeah, sure. And I'm like, what do you need it for? You just making a game? And he goes like, oh, no, I'm doing it for the revision assignments that we have or the review assignments. And I go, what? He's like, so I didn't go to my last coding class because I was like, well, fuck it. I don't need to be there anyways because he was just going to fuck off and do something stupid. We got assigned 2 new assignments. Like, great. So those are due tomorrow.
Nobody told you?
No one told me.
Oh, my God.
So those are due tomorrow at 5, and I haven't started them. So I'm going to work on those tonight. And then most of tomorrow morning. It's all right. I finished my other coding assignment. It's done. It's like a harvester game. It's like a tree that kind of goes left and right, and it can randomly change directions, and it just drops fruit. And then you have baskets at the bottom that catches them.
Yeah.
And then if you miss a fruit, like you lose a basket, and then when you miss 3 fruits, you die or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, it's done. Don't have to worry about it. So today I had my senior portfolio final. I just had to go up there and like present all the animations that I was working on for my senior portfolio. A lot of it was the Nighty Night stuff from like my 495 class, which is the game studio class. So I showed some of the cutscenes and like a small portion of some of the character animations I did for the thing because it was like a 2-minute presentation. And then I also showed 2 other animations I'd work on that were just not related to like anything, just something I wanted to do. And those weren't. I'm going to say they're not done because I could still work on them and polish them, make them better. But they were for sure like at a point where it's like, oh, cool. I don't mind having people like look at this and like review it or whatever and critique it. And since it wasn't a critique, people just could look at it and go, cool. And they can't really like say anything about it. But they were all right in my opinion. So that was good. That was my first final. Then my second final was we just presented our previs. So we like wrote a story. Recorded it with motion capture and then like drop rigs on it and counter animated it and then like added a background and then fucking rendered it all together. And that one's done. It was good. That final was super easy. We just showed up. We played all our videos for like the 10 groups. And then I was like, okay, cool. Get the fuck out of here. So that was good.
Nice.
So yeah. So far finals cruising. Tomorrow I have a final at 6. I just have to show up and like say, hey, I'm here. And then they go check my attendance and then they go, okay, you can get out of here. Because we're done with that class. Class is over.
Good.
I got a coding final on Thursday, and then on Friday I have my animation production final. But he said don't even show up, so I'm not going to show up. I mean, he told everybody, not just me.
No, I know. It's like you don't show up to the final.
No, it's like 8 a.m, and we don't have anything to do because again the projects are done. So he just goes, he goes, don't even fucking bother coming. You guys, I'm just going to say everybody showed up and call it good.
Nice.
So yeah, man. Everything's coming to a head pretty quick. I got like tonight and tomorrow to work on these last 2 assignments, and then those are my last assignments, and then I have my test on Thursday, and I'm done.
Nice, man.
And then I got a graduation ceremony on Friday and a graduation ceremony on Saturday.
Super fucking stupid that I can't go.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but it's not like the end of the world or anything.
I'm gonna miss your wedding too.
What's funny, I was talking to my mom today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was telling her that you're going on a trip. And she's like, oh, it's super cool. I was like, where are you going? I was like, going to Ohio. I was like, he's not going to be here for, the graduation ceremonies. And she goes, but what about the wedding? I was just like, he will be back in time.
Yes, I'll be back for the wedding. Yeah, I've still got a couple months, guys. It's fine. Everybody be cool.
Well, who knows? Maybe like half the cow of the United States just like breaks in half and it takes you that long to get here.
Yeah, that might happen. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to go get myself all fitted up for your jams.
Yeah, so that's what I have with finals and like my school status and stuff. It's all going by real quick, which is great because I really want it to be just done with it. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I haven't been able to watch any anime because of it. Yeah, no animes.
You son of a bitch!
I watched other stuff.
This is our podcast. This is about anime.
I watched some game. Actually, I watched a couple episodes of Mix.
Okay, we're fine. We're cool.
I got to watch some Game of Thrones. I got to watch all of season 1 of Barry.
You son of a bitch. Well, you had time for anime if you watched a whole season of Barry.
It was in English, though.
You son of a bitch.
I could watch it while working on other stuff. I can't read and work at the same time. I can barely read.
Just watch dub, dude.
But the new shows aren't dubbed yet.
Don't be a pussy. Watch an old show.
I do that sometimes. I said do.
Nice.
But I've really been wanting to watch Barry, and I caught up with that first season. It's really good. Yeah. I don't know what the name of the guy is. The bald guy with like no hair.
Oh, he's great.
He's hilarious. Yeah. He's so good.
Fuck, what is his name? It's something like really unassuming.
Yeah. It's something that like I don't know. It's something really weird. I feel like
it's like Abigail or something.
He's funny. It's a good show. I'm going to start season 2 sometime, maybe next week or the week after.
Nice.
But honestly, man, I'm just big chilling, just trying to.
I like that.
Relax.
I support that.
Yeah, just fucking not stress over these things.
Dude, self-love, self-care. Get through school.
Take it easy.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and then up fucking weddings coming up pretty soon.
Man, you're gonna be done with school forever. How's that feel?
Pretty good. I mean, some people say learning never stops, right?
Yeah, learning never stops.
But at least I don't have to go to fucking class anymore.
Yeah.
That would be nice. I don't know, man. It's weird. I feel like I've been in school for so long to not have it anymore.
It's a wild change, man. Not having to wake up and go to your like weird ass 2-hour class where you learn nothing and then you come home and you're like, I just wasted like 4 hours of time.
And I paid $3,000 for that. Great.
But now you get to do other shit and feel like you wasted your time. But at least you're making money.
Yeah, man. Well, that's all I've been up to, honestly. Again, anime wise, all I watched was 2 episodes of Mix. I still like it. I think it's pretty good. It's really, it's really wholesome.
Yeah,
it's not for everybody.
No,
pacing's fucking horrible, and the animation is a way throwback. So I don't think everybody would love it, but I like it.
Okay, hey man. As long as you like it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People can like whatever they want. Speaking of liking whatever you want, do you like tights? Do you like stockings? Because I have the show for you. I don't know what it's called because I don't really care. But it's definitely got stockings or tights. I don't fucking remember in the title.
Which one?
It's the show that's pretty much just like weird fetish for a bunch of stockings and tights and stuff, man.
What? Yeah. Is it a new show?
Yeah, it's a new... Fine, I'll look up the name. People are goddamn stoked about it. And mostly just because it's such a, like, clearly made for people that are just into that kind of thing. And I think it's fucking hilarious. I love that it just suddenly came out, like, a little bit later than everything else did. And I don't know where you can watch it off the top of my head. I don't think it's on Crunchyroll. I don't think it's on Funimation. It might just be one of those things that you have to download to watch. But it came out a few days ago. And people are goddamn eating it up. It fits in with fuck. I'm forgetting like every one of those shows where it's like pretty ecchi, but it's like very in your face. Like that's all we're gonna be, kind of ecchi. Mm-hmm. God damn. I don't know. I'll find it to talk about something.
I mean, there's nothing for me to talk about. I told you what I've been up to and the fact
that I didn't watch anime. Wish you watched?
I really want to watch Dororo.
Yeah.
I want to watch Demon Slayer too.
Ooh, good. They're both good. Mirror Tights.
Nice.
Mirror Tights. Yeah. So first episode just came out recently. And yeah, man, it showed like girls are taking off their shoes and they were just stepping in puddles, so they have to like get all dry.
How do you spell this?
Miru Tights. It's on, you could actually watch it on YouTube, it turns out. I don't know, man.
This looks pretty good, man.
You checking it out already?
Yeah. I mean,
here's a sweet gift for you. It's a compilation of a bunch of tights scenes in it, so you can know what's going on. But yeah, man, it's
my God.
Honestly, the animation on the tights is really good. I was surprised. You could see like a little bit of the skin, but it's still like a lot of black around it. They did so much effort in making the tights look like tights, and I commend them for that. But man, this is such a specific fetish thing. I'm so stoked for these people. They get to enjoy the show more than like anything else they've ever watched.
What am I watching here, man?
You're watching smut is essentially what it comes down to.
It's pretty
which
great.
Is nothing wrong with that.
It's done very well.
It is. And yeah, man, some people were just like, you know what? The art style looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll check it out. Oh, okay. This is not for me, guys.
All right, guys. Next week,
I just got such a
Mirror
fucking
Tights.
kick out of it. It came out from nowhere. It's suddenly airing. Anyways, I haven't watched it because it doesn't really look like it. I'm gonna skip this one.
We have to watch it.
Let's just
man.
you can watch it as much as you want.
Slippery
I'm just gonna
slope
go ahead.
that we had to watch
so
it.
YouTube, look it up. Miru Tights Tights.
Not if you're a kid. If you're a kid, fucking watch something else.
If you're a kid, you can watch whatever the fuck you
Don't
want.
watch that.
Let your dreams be reality, kid. Okay? No more Roblox videos. We're done with Roblox. It's all about Miru Tights.
I cannot believe this. This is weird day.
I'm sorry.
What anime are you watching?
Hey, man, I've been watching a lot. Dororo's been rad. They're going down like a little bit of a different path, focusing more on Dororo, and Hyakkimaru didn't get too much focus in this last episode. Well, it was like a tandem episode, so it was like all focused on Dororo, and then the next episode had a little bit more Hyakkimaru exploration of like, hey man, do you want to get your leg back since he lost his leg, kind of thing. Don't worry about it. So it's going through that. It shows some pretty unique storylines, and I'm excited that they're diverging from just Dororo and Hyakkimaru fucking killing it and learning about each other and learning about the world and learning about good and bad and whatnot. And it's turned into, yeah, they're separate because they got in a fight, whatever. Yeah. Kid versus, I don't know what Hyakkimaru is. Teenager who's also got like demons. He's essentially made of demons is what I see him as. Rad ass show. Watched Bungo Stray Dogs Dead Apple, so Kyle's all caught up with that, which there are a couple of things that are definitely worth seeing in the movie that carry over into the show, but man, it just feels like a fanfic is what it comes down to. It's essentially like a world ending type movie, which feels bad in a show that's entirely about like, we protect this town because it's our town. Yeah. And I don't know, man. It's fucking weird.
The new season's airing right now, right?
Yeah, it's airing right now. So I'm about to start catching up with that, and I'm super excited. Attack on Titan's been hype as fuck, boy.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen any of that.
Oh, yeah, man. They're getting in it. I am feeling it big time. Let's see. They essentially have started their next series of plans and put everything in action in the first episode. In the second episode, they went into, okay, now that we're dealing with this situation, how are we going to deal with everything? And there's this really freaky looking Titan that I love that's on all fours, and it looks kind of like a horse, like it has a hella long face, and they just put shit on its back so it carries stuff for them. It's like their mule Titan. It's fucking cool and creepy. I love it. I'm excited to see more because they're definitely addressing like, this is my town. The basement's here. We're fucking in it, boys. But I don't know what's going to happen. I just fucking love the show. And other characters are kind of going like, Armin's a genius. And everyone's realizing he's behind everything.
Yeah, and his penis is huge, so.
Giant. It's fucking awesome. I've been jamming on some of that. Let's see, One Punch Man. It's essentially just a shonen now. It's not so much a comedy. It's more of a shonen, and I don't really like that shift in tone. Mm-hmm. The first season definitely felt like it was just like the same joke over and over, but it was a lot of fun. And now it's like, yeah, there's the same joke. We're only going to address it like once every few episodes, so whatever. But there's lots of cool shonen stuff going on, so whatever.
Yeah.
It's also not really the most fantastic. It's pretty shitty animation. Still, like, just in comparison to season 1. Overall, it's mediocre. It's fine. They're doing a job. You know.
I feel so disappointed just because when we heard JC Staff was taking it, we're like, hey, man, fucking solid. Good choice.
You know what? They did good shit, you know?
And then to find out that, what a choice.
It's just a bummer. They put all the wrong people on it or something, or I don't know what they were trying to do, but they just aren't doing it right, so.
We ruined the one show you guys had, guys. Well, at least until the new fucking is it wrong to pick girls in a dungeon. Because that's gonna be fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
that's why fucking One Punch Man's so bad. It's like, hey guys, we can't afford to give you the fucking A-listers. They're all working on the second season. Is the wrong pick, and they're all like, no, we get it. Just send send us the temps and the fucking the trainees. We got it.
And let's see what else we got going on. We got some more Shield Hero, Rising of the Shield Hero, and It's some more of that fucking dumb, like, I don't trust you, me, that's going on with the whole spear hero thing.
Nice.
Like, your shield's corrupting all of them. Your shield makes them all believe lies. It's like, cool. Well, why don't you fucking realize that that's fucking dumb? Otherwise, they could just change your mind, you dumbass. Like, what the fuck? So it's just that same thing over and over. But then they had a giant ass fight and were essentially going to be completely destroyed by the Pope. So that was rad as fuck. Cool. It was a lot of cool shit going on. And now I think they're almost on the same page of like, yeah, we goody boys now. We good. But I don't know what's going on yet. But it was a fun like fight episode. There was some cool stuff going on. I'm into it. And is that like all the anime I'm watching right now? I think it might be.
They're watching Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah, really good. Fucking clean. Just not a lot happened, I think. I honestly don't remember it at all. Maybe there wasn't a new one out at the time that I was watching shows.
Maybe.
I don't know. Or there was, and it was a really special moment. I remembered because it wasn't. There was a really special moment. Yeah, it was sweet. It definitely had a lot of tenderness in this last episode. And yeah, after he goes through all of his trials and whatnot, and he has to walk back home, he's just fucking dead by the time he gets home. He's just been fighting, walking, and doing stuff for days. And I like it. It's good. It was just kind of a calmer episode than the last couple. Good. And now it's, hey, this is what you're going to do next. Go here, and you're going to meet some people that you're going to train with, and you're gonna go to school. So now we've started our school arc.
School anime. Nice.
Yeah, honestly, it's like a really traditional feeling shonen. It's like, oh, that guy's going to be the rival. They're going to do some really cool fights. It's going to be good. Whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's going to be another like My Hero kind of, it's going to be good. Let's just keep watching it.
Cool. All right, man. If you got nothing else to talk about, we just get into the news.
I don't think I have anything else to talk about. So I'm just going to get into the news, I guess. Hey, man. So check it out. Non Biyori season 3 has been announced. Are you stoked?
Super stoked.
Yeah, you are.
It's my favorite show.
Yeah, I was just looking for this so that I could download it and watch it on the plane. Can't find it in a place that I could download it, unfortunately. But it's a slice of life comedy anime, and I watched a couple of clips because they put out like a new trailer for it. Oh, fuck, dude. I get it. It's funny. Yeah. I get this. Okay?
Well, I wish you best luck finding somewhere to watch that.
I'm excited to watch it because I do want to watch it and kind of catch up before season 3 because I like slice of life every once in a while, especially if it's high quality comedy slice of life where it's still like, just chilly boys having chill times and not like, I'm going to try really hard to make you laugh because I'm a funny show, Psyche K,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Detective Conan, we all know him, we all love him. He's a little guy, but he's like a super detective. It's all good. He remained at the top of the box office in Japan, which makes Japan the only region in the world which hasn't been beaten out by Avengers Endgame. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Detective Conan's been a thing for like a long time, though.
Yeah, and he keeps doing detection, man.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, every new Endgame was going to blow up.
Yeah.
I think it overtook Titanic, right? Just very recently on how much money it's made. They're working on it. I'm I think they're gonna beat out Avatar.
Oh, it's absolutely gonna do that. I mean, it's been in theaters for what, like 2 weeks now, 3 weeks.
That's a cool tidbit though. Japan's like, nah, fuck you, Avengers. We like you. It's not as much as the fucking Detective Boy.
It's crazy to me. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, yeah, I know Detective Conan, sure.
Yeah, I've seen the posters for it.
That's pretty much as far as it goes. I haven't watched any of it, but hey, man, bring a movie to me. Maybe I probably won't watch it, honestly. Yeah. I would feel like I'm lost. Like, I need to know these characters or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, that's wild, right?
Yeah.
Oof. Hey, something else that's wild and I don't know anything about. Blade of the Immortal is going to receive a new anime adaptation. This is like a kick-ass shonen manga that's been around for years. It's like one of those classics. It's kind of like Dororo in that it's so old. It's like a classic. And they're making it an anime after all this time. So that's fucking cool.
That's cool. Good for them. We'll check it out whenever we get a chance.
Yeah, it'll have that same like nostalgic feel of, okay, this feels like it's old, but it also feels new and refreshed, revitalized. So I'm excited to see what's going on with that. And hey, this is just a reminder for everyone. Saga of Tanya the Evil movie is going to be screened in U.S. theaters on Thursday, May 16th, which is like tomorrow or today, or yesterday. It depends on when you listen to this.
Or sometime this week.
Like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Sometime this week. It's obviously Thursday.
Sometime this week.
May 16th.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's just a big reminder for everyone out there that's trying to see that movie.
We're going to see it. We're going to be fucking front row and center right trip.
I'm definitely not. I'm going to be at Tom's doing whatever Tom does.
Well, it looks like
I think it's making a lot of sunny side up eggs.
Okay, what else you got?
That's it, man. Why do you think I have so much news? I'm not a news boy. I'm just not a news boy.
I just didn't know. Anyways, let's talk about this week's actual topic.
What are we talking about?
It's Detective Pikachu.
Whoa. Do you know who directed it?
I have no clue.
I do. Rob Letterman directed it. He also directed Gulliver's Travels, Shark Tale, Goosebumps from 2015, and Monsters vs. Aliens.
If I had to give a grade to that collection of movies, it would be a low C.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't want to give it a C- because that seems mean, but it's a C-. It is definitely, it's a solid C-.
Like, one of them wasn't, oh man, none of them were any like really redeemable factors there.
People liked Monsters vs. Aliens.
Yeah, I didn't though.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
No interest. People liked Shark Tale. I don't know why you would care because bad. Like at the time we had Finding Nemo, so like fuck it.
Shark Tale, that's the Will Smith one, right? Yeah, that one's horrible.
Yeah.
And then we got
Goosebumps. I had a fun time with Goosebumps. Goosebumps is a solid B in my book just because it's like, you know what you're in for. You're going to do it. It's a kid's movie about Goosebumps.
I didn't bother to see that one.
Done well.
I had no interest to see that one. But Gulliver's Travels is bad.
I haven't seen it. I didn't want to see it. It looked terrible.
That one's real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, C.
C-.
C-, yeah. Sorry, dog. It's rare that we can review a director's and his whole like filmography really quickly.
Yeah.
You know, usually the ones we can are usually anime directors. We got an American in there.
Anyways, drum roll. Detective Pikachu was good.
Yeah, it was
really good. As an anime or as a Pokemon fan, as an anime fan,
no, as an anime, full stop.
Just as an anime, I enjoyed this film. It was, I think, the Pokemon movie that people have been waiting for. They just wanted to see 3D Pokemon interacting with people in the real world, and that's what we finally got. This was like the YouTube shorts and stuff that were back 3 years ago on the Pokemon channel on YouTube. They just had these like 5 to 8 minute long shorts that showed like, oh, this is the way police will use a Magnemite or an Arcanine or whatever. And here's like a spooky story of Pokemon in a haunted mansion. Just cool shit like that felt so different and unique from the show. This is similar to that, but live action. So it was like CG Pokemon in the real world. God damn it. Pokemon fan, it felt good.
I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan. I mean, I know some of them, right, from like the earlier generations. I played a later game. I do Pokemon Go.
Yep.
But I wouldn't say like I'm a true Pokemon fan.
You're
like
not
you
a
are.
diehard,
No, for sure. But but I was still interested to check out this movie just because of the way it looked.
Honestly, the trailers were pretty convincing too.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like sold on like trailer wise. I wasn't sold like, oh, it's Ryan Reynolds and it's a funny Pikachu. No, I was like, whoa, look at that Charizard.
Exactly.
Look at that Squirtle. It's just like, and I felt the same way for the actual movie when I was watching. A lot of it was like me catching, not knowing all their names. I mean, some of them I know their names, but some of them I go, oh, I've seen that one in Pokemon Go, or oh, I've seen that one before, and it's like that one looks really good and that one looks really cute. And my favorite thing about it all was also like their proportion, like how big they are, because I know
didn't know what their size was in the real world.
I've seen like some of those like side by side comparisons, like pictures and stuff like that.
Going into like Pokedex entries in older games, like if you went into the Emerald Pokedex entry, you would see, oh fuck, Wailord's goddamn enormous.
Yeah, one that really shocked me when I was like when I started like seeing the sizing, it was Gengar, right?
Yeah,
that's
it's like a human sized.
It's big.
Yeah, it's like a bulky human.
I know how big it was, and so I think one thing I liked about it is like the proportions that they did in the movie. Was like, wow, that's really cool. Like, wow, that's what a Squirtle would look like. Yeah. It's small. It's not that small though. Or like, oh, there's a Bulbasaur, there's a Rattata. Like, oh, cool, there's a Pidgeot or whatever. Like, nice. The sizings are interesting, and the textures and the furs and scales and whatever whatever their specific thing was. It was like, oh, they looked nice. I feel like there was only a few of them that I was like, nah, I don't really like that one. But as a whole, as like someone who likes animation and stuff, like, oh, they really did breathe lives into these like really fake, things,
these cartoony ass motherfuckers. So which ones didn't you like too much? Just out of curiosity, considering that like I know Pokemon really well.
I guess one that I didn't like was, and I guess this is a spoiler for the movie. By the way. We don't want to spoil it because
we already told you what's going on.
Yeah, we're gonna like it. I mean, we're gonna talk about the actual movie later, but like we're just gonna talk about just bits of it. Ditto, I didn't like very much. It kind of creeped me out. What else did I like? I liked. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the scaling. You and I talked about this about the Charizard scaling. It did look a little weird. Like the way his skin looked. Wasn't a big fan of.
Okay.
The Lickitung was really he looked just too wet in my opinion. I mean, it's not like it looked wrong or anything. It's just like I was like, ugh. I would, if I saw this in real life, I'd be like, I'd fucking run away from it because it's gross looking. Yeah. Apom I didn't really like either.
What? Why do you like Apom?
I don't know. Maybe it was something about the like eyes or their extra hand or whatever.
Was it because they went like all crazy?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought they looked adorable when they weren't.
I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it. What is the name of the big pink Pokemon that like it was like really big and had like really like big old ears and stuff like this?
Oh, okay. Audino.
Is that what that is? Is that like an evolution of a later evolution? Or is that just like its own thing?
It's like a new Chansey.
Okay.
It's worth a shitload of experience.
The only thing that threw me off about it is how big that thing was.
Oh yeah, they're huge. Yeah, they're like the new Chansey.
Yeah, huge. So I was like, whoa, I didn't expect it to be that massive. Like it looked almost like it was even bigger than a Snorlax, which I was like, oh, I want to.
The Snorlax size, I feel like that was the most disappointing thing.
I feel like it should have been bigger, right?
That's the way it feels. I mean, I understand that it's not that much bigger, but like it feels like it should have been bigger.
It's just like, from the game, it goes, oh, Snorlax in your path. I can't get around it. I could get around that Snorlax.
Yeah.
I could walk around that Snorlax.
I could climb up on that Snorlax.
I don't need no fucking Pokeflute. I can get around that Snorlax.
Yeah.
The ones I really liked, I really liked the Cubone. I thought he was really cute. I liked the Panda one and the evolution after the Panda. Those one was really adorable and then one was just fucking massive and tough.
Yeah, man. All the little Panchams running around were great.
I also really, really liked Psyduck. I don't know what it was, and I'm not even a big fan of Psyduck. Like in the animes, in the cartoon, I was like, fucking Psyduck. He was just really annoying in my opinion.
But he looked great.
He looked really good. I like how they did his eyes because like he has big old white eyes and like a dot.
Yep.
They still gave him the dot for the pupil, but they have like his irises are just really big and they're just really light, so his eyes aren't just all white.
Yeah.
And then he had I guess I never noticed Psyduck's feet, but he has what looked like real duck feet. I liked him a lot actually.
He was great.
He might have been one of my favorites. Yeah, and then Pikachu looked good too. So
Pikachu did look great. How'd you feel about Jigglypuff?
She was in it for a bit though, right? Like in the diner,
just for a second. Yeah,
she looked too fluffy. I feel like she should have been more
More like Kirby kind of.
Yeah, or like you know, like this is it the Snuffle? Is that what that Pokemon, the pink
Snubble? Yeah,
Snubble?
yeah.
Maybe I feel like she should have looked more like that, like more like kind of like a bulldog, like for that round and like like short, maybe fur or whatever. Because I do assume it's fur or whatever.
Yeah,
but she looked just like a puff.
Yeah,
if she would have gotten wet, like she would have just like shrunk.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I didn't like that.
I'm pretty sure that's literally her thing.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
See, like there are a lot of things that you're saying that you didn't like, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's Pokemon. Yeah, that's Pokemon. So as somebody that loved Pokemon, I loved seeing all that shit.
Yeah.
I loved seeing the Joltics running along on like corners of buildings. I loved seeing the little Flabébés popping up, not even in view, just popping out from the grass. You got Comfeys flying in the sky. Just lots of little things like that. I'm surprised that we didn't see any, what's the fucking keyring Pokemon?
I know you talk about though. Yeah. What? It's weird.
Klefki.
Yeah. We were talking about this. The choice of Pokemon that they used was like very.
It was unique.
It was really different. It wasn't what I expected. It was like,
they didn't choose favorites.
Yeah, they didn't pick favorites. They picked some randos. I feel like
Golurk in it, and I was like way into that.
They had Pokemon.
He's the giant fire
stone one. Stone one.
Yeah,
that thing was scary looking.
He's a ghost stone type. He's scary.
What I'm saying is like they didn't go like, okay, cool. We had to have our classics. We got to have all of the fucking evolutions. We got to have a Dragonite. We got to like things that you would think
Yeah.
There's like, nah, fuck it. We're gonna fucking pick from all the generations, and I think it was a good choice. I really like the way they moved, like because I mean,
yeah, they look really good.
In Pokemon, we just see them stand still and then they get do their fucking attack or whatever. Seeing them walk, one of my favorite to see walk was, I don't know what's his name. Is it Trico? He's like the gecko one.
Yeah.
God, he had a really interesting walk. He looked really like, I was like, oh, look how goofy he looks when he walks. And I was like, that's great. It's adorable.
It was perfect.
I really like that. And just because I said like I don't like the things the way they look, I was like, I mean, what the fuck do I know? Like, I'm just saying, as somebody who's not like a diehard Pokemon fan, I was like, oh, that just, it looked weird, or it wasn't a fan of it or whatever.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing was just sitting there and be like, oh, look at that Pokemon, and look at that Pokemon. Oh, check that fucking Pokemon over there. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was more of a spectacle than it was an entertaining story.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing I felt like when we left the movie, I was like, oh, cool. It was fucking done. We watched all of it. There were some funny jokes in it, but the whole time I was like, the story wasn't the most captivating. It was more like, oh, cool. It was very paint by numbers and very like, oh, this is for kids.
Yeah.
And it felt like there were jokes in there that were like, oh, this is for kids, and their parents who were like there along with them or whatever, like listening to Ryan Reynolds sing the Pokemon theme song, like, oh, that's pretty funny or whatever.
Yeah, it was great.
But it wasn't like, oh, it was like, this didn't like change how movies would be made or anything, or storytelling. It was more like, oh, cool, they did it, they did the thing, and they did a good job. I'll tell you right now, it's probably better than fucking Sonic is.
Absolutely. And I mean, one of the best things about this too is that I feel like realistically, if we were to just take our world and suddenly Pokemon are in it, I think most people would own like cat and dog Pokemon.
Yeah, they wouldn't own like the fucking like a big old Charizard. Yeah,
no,
it'd be kind of inconvenient.
Yeah, there's some of that shit where it's like, I don't know about that. But yeah, I would definitely have like there are the Poodle Pokemon, and there are the like Yorkshire Pokemon, and you've got Growlithe and Arcanine, just like some dog ones that weren't really in the movie too much. And I was surprised by that more than anything. Just considering how many different types they have for all of those. And they didn't show any trainers with like birds, really. They were just birds around, so there weren't too many bird type trainers. Just a lot of things that just surprised me in different ways. And I liked that, because coming from our real world, we do connect more with, I feel like, those Pokemon that look like things that we know, like Psyduck. We know what a duck looks like. That's like a goofy cartoon version of a duck. I get it. But then you don't really see yourself like connecting with a Greninja, because it's a giant ass freaky humanoid frog with its tongue wrapped around its neck.
Throwing shurikens at you. You're like, fuck. No, that is a good point. And I guess the point of, what was the name of the city they were in? Like
Rhyme.
Yeah, it was like, hey, it's fucking Pokemon everywhere, and it was like, it's not just like your basic Pokemon. Yeah. Because I think that what they led to imply that in other regions of this world, wherever this world is, right, there are Pokemon, but they're usually in the wild, right? Like you have to go actively out and go look for them. And this city's like a complete like change of that. It's like, no, fucking Pokemon are just a part of the world we live in, and that's why I think that's why they decided to have such a different like
it was so cool,
like cast of Pokemon. And I do agree, like if realistically, if Pokemon did exist, it would be like the cat, dog, four-legged animal ones that are probably bird ones, maybe, It wouldn't be like this is my fucking Gyarados, I'm gonna go to school now,
Well, in the TV show and whatnot, seeing that, it's like, I'm using Gyarados is fucking awesome and I love him. But then in the real world, it's like, I love Gyarados. And it's like, oh, you are a scary person.
Yeah, leave your Gyarados at home, dog. Yeah. But no, that makes sense. That's a good point. What else? I don't know, man. I think also just like the designs, like of the city, like it looked very reminiscent of like a Pokemon world.
It felt so genuinely Pokemon. The fact that their phones looked like Pokedexes was a good one. They show Pokeball nearly at the beginning of the movie.
Cool Pokeball.
Yeah, and it's essentially like what future Pokeballs would look like. And I think it's it's got that same Burger King design. If anybody had the Burger King things back in the day when the first Pokemon movie came out, they had these little clasp Pokeballs that had golden cards. I don't really know what they were supposed to be, but these like amulets inside of them, and it was essentially like that, but like actually made out of some kind of a weird future material that could catch creatures,
some sort of metal. I also really in the very beginning of the movie, we see like our main character, he's being taken out to go catch a Cubone, right? And like he's just the Cubone's just like in the field crying or whatever, and we see like there's tall grass and stuff, and then there's just like little clumps of grass, and they
very reminiscent of the game.
They're shaped like the grass from the game, and I go, what a great like
it's
design
fantastic
choice. Like, I mean, from someone who's played the game, I was like, wow, I get it now. I understand why the fucking grass looks like that, because that's what it looks like in this world.
Yeah, and it's not something that would take you out of the movie either if you didn't know about it.
It's like there's grass there.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's like whatever. That just looks kind of like grass.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. There's like fucking shit on the wall, like the posters and stuff. It kind of looks like your room, just like
plastered with a bunch of fan shit, but it's all Pokemon fan shit. Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing like, oh man, this tournament, this championship, like seeing our main character's like childhood room. It was fucking cool seeing all of that stuff just littered all over the place. People get really into Pokemon in this world.
Fuck race car beds. It's all about Pikachu beds.
Yeah, exactly. And it's essentially just like Pokemon is their sports.
It's their everything.
It's cool.
It's part of their society. They did a really good job of making this world feel like real. Like, like it wasn't something where like I had to expand my disbelief. There are things where it's like, well, how do they get that Pokemon into this building, or how do they? I mean, it's like logistics of it is like, whatever. I'm sure
they could get any Pokemon anywhere with a Pokeball.
I'm sure they accommodate things like that. Like, okay, cool, man. Things are just built better because there might be a Snorlax walking around or something like that. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, the biggest issue was the story.
The story was pretty weak. The jokes were pretty good. The characters were pretty good. The story was weak.
Yeah, weak sauce. Do you want to talk about the story?
I don't know. Not really. It was kind of like whatever.
Mean, the story is...
All right, so let me talk about this.
Okay, so the story is about this main character who he seems to have some sort of like issues with trusting people. He's a loner. He just seems kind of...
He doesn't want a Pokemon.
Down and out. Doesn't want a Pokemon. And it's I guess it's odd in this community, right? That's one thing I kind of didn't like. I was just like, maybe people just don't want a Pokemon, Like,
hey, back the fuck off. I don't want my Pokemon.
Just kind of like there's some people who don't want a pet, It's like, dude, I don't have time to take care of this dog. Like, I don't have time to take care of this Pokemon. I mean, he doesn't want a Pokemon for reasons or whatever, but he's just kind of like a down guy. And he gets some news that his dad is like passed away. His dad's a detective, so he goes to go like straighten out things for his funeral and stuff. And only to like come across a Pikachu that's wearing like a little detective hat, and he gets sprayed with some chemical, right?
Yeah,
in his, in his face. And after that, he's somehow able to understand what this Pikachu is saying. Like, he doesn't just hear him say like his typical catchphrase. Like, he understands English and stuff, and they're talking back and forth. And they're on a mission he's going to find his dad, and the Pikachu wants to, get his memories back and also help him find his dad because he's his dad's partner. And that's the setup of the whole thing, And it gets pretty, it gets pretty Pokemon, like Mewtwo's involved, right? Like, and they do, I feel like the classic leading you to think one person's the bad guy, only to at the end have this other person be the bad guy kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like a very like simple.
It's a typical kids movie type thing.
It's a
They're
very
like, hey man, let's do the twist.
It's a very repetitive trope where just like you thought that guy was good the whole time, or you thought you just didn't know the whole thing, and I caught on to that pretty quickly. I was like, okay. I get it, right? And that was the only part. But then I took a moment. I was like, you know what? This movie's not made for me. It's made for a child or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool. He'll probably be sitting there being like, holy fuck,
yeah,
what? He was evil the whole time, and he was what? And I was like,
what I did like about this movie is that they tried to fit in like a few twists for kids. That was like, as an adult, they give you enough there to be like, oh, this is what's going on. Thanks for the information. But yeah, the movie definitely put in all these different elements that are surprising to a younger audience, which I think is pretty cool. That they didn't need to put in that much, but that's what'll make this stand apart from other movies for kids. They're going to be like, the story was so cool. Who would have thought that this would happen? Like, whoa.
I also really liked the fact that like there was like a, in quotations, like love interest in the movie, but it wasn't about that. Like it wasn't like, oh man, I'm so nervous and I'm gonna kiss her at the end of the movie. Like none of that ever.
I mean, he was hella nervous.
Yeah, but there wasn't like that. Oh, it was like, oh cool. They can just be friends, right? They can, and one person can be attracted to the other or whatever, have feelings for him. But that's cool. That's all there is to it. It doesn't have to be, by the end of the movie, these people have to be a couple and they have to kiss. Like it's some sort of rule or whatever. It was like, cool. No, man. Like they helped each other out.
These people have to help each other out. They have to save Viridian City.
And they helped each other out. They both ended the movie in better places, and it was cool. They're like, oh, now we're friends.
Yeah.
And that's what we are right now. And maybe if there's sequels or whatever, that can be like fucking, built on. But as of now, it's like, oh, as a child, I'd be like, oh, cool, man. They're just friends. It's not like, ew, they kissed a girl or ew, they kissed a guy. Like, there's none of that sentiment too. I was like, cool, man. Because I remember when I was younger, I feel like love was just shoehorned into like a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
like
fucking. Sure.
I remember the Inspector Gadget movie. I was just like, ugh, what a strangely forced relationship.
I know, Penny and the dog. What the fuck?
I was talking about Uncle Gadget and the doctor or whatever.
Oh yeah, sure. I guess that too.
I was just like, I guess, and it just became all of this thing. And by the end of the movie, they're like, yeah, we're together now, we're dating, and we kiss on the lips. And I was like, ew, detective, don't do it.
Yeah, just kiss with your heart.
Yeah, kiss with your hearts or your butts, whatever you fucking want. Yeah, that's, I mean, without spoiling the movie, that's the basic premises of everything.
Yeah, and honestly, all of the characters and whatnot, all of the actors, they did a great job at portraying who they had to be. The female lead in the movie, I feel like, was the weakest character, mostly because they made her like a really tropey and kids movie-y.
She's very cheesy,
over the top,
hamming it up. It was just like, hey, you're a detective, and I got a scoop, or whatever. Like she was a reporter, and I get what her gist was, but I was like,
It felt like the character thought she had to be the way that she was.
Yeah.
Which was cool that they made it so it's like, hey, it's really cheesy, kids like this stuff, and it's fun, but also, like, just know that the character is doing this for a reason.
Yeah. No, I agree. I remember watching, like, the first interaction that she had with our main character, and I was just like, I was kind of
gross.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
That was really just, like, fucking brutal. Just,
it was bad especially and awkward.
Especially because he's just like, yeah, cool, I'm just going to leave, because he acted like a normal person. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was what was so great about it, is that she wasn't treated with respect with the way she was acting initially, but then you realize she thinks that that's how she has to act.
Yeah.
And this is how a normal person reacts to it. And it was cool seeing her kind of develop as like, you know what? She doesn't need to be over the top or anything.
She can just be a person.
She's just a regular ass dude.
Yeah, I think that was pretty cool. They also brought in the guy. I don't know his name, but he's the Asian guy who was like the head of the police force. I've seen him in plenty of other movies.
Oh yeah,
he's just like the typical like Japanese, like fucking cop. And I was just like, whenever he's in anything,
he was good.
I liked him. I liked his interactions with his Pokemon.
Yeah, he was a small character, but he was a good one.
He was a good one, yeah. And they also had the guy from the Deadpool movie. The taxi driver was in there for the very beginning. I like him. He's very like charismatic.
He's pretty good. Like he's a good small character from things.
Does good bit roles.
Yeah.
We had obviously Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I thought he
he nailed it.
Yeah, he did a good job of like.
I mean, people were talking like, "Oh, Danny DeVito" when it was first being talked about, right?
Yeah.
But then Ryan Reynolds came around, and people are like, "Yeah, I could fuck with that too. Yeah, totally get that."
I feel like if it was Danny DeVito, the story would have been different, right?
It would have been a very different movie.
It would have been it would have been really fun.
It would have been fun. It would have been good.
Did someone make like a trailer or a mock-up of it? And that's okay. I very like avidly remember like Detective Pikachu like opening his mouth and Danny DeVito's voice comes out. That would have been fun. But Ryan Reynolds is a great choice. It felt very like after he's done Deadpool, I feel like he's just like, yeah, he's hilarious. Of course he's hilarious. And he can be tamed.
He's lighthearted, goofy, and he also can put a lot of sentimental value in things.
Oh, yeah. We was talking about, like, when there's a bit where his Pikachu's, like, crying. Like, he's a great actor, right? So, like, his Pikachu's sad and he's crying over some shit or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I forget. That's Ryan Reynolds back there being emotional or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a bit where he's walking and he's defeated and he's singing the Pokemon theme song, the original one. And I was like, this is great. Like, what a good time.
It's great for fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But again, some of the jokes were a little cheesy. It's just because it's a kid movie. And I feel like, oh, Ryan, what are you doing? You're saying your line the best you can, but I know they're making you do it. I know you don't want to do this.
No, that's fine. What do you feel about Justice Smith?
I think he was okay. I haven't seen him
fine.
I haven't seen him in like many other things.
Jurassic World.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. But I know he's in that one. I know he's there, but that's the only thing I know he's in.
Yeah, you know what, man? I tried watching Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom a couple days ago. Wow, it's bad. I couldn't finish it. It was so bad.
I think it's good that we're having like new people show up in movies and stuff. Yeah. So good on Justin. Is it Justin Smith?
Justice.
I'm
pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's Justice. Good for him. He wasn't like my favorite part of it, but he did his job, Yeah, he did a really good job.
He was a good main character.
He did a really good job of performing this like down.
Guys, I'm tired. I'm sorry.
This sad dude or whatever. We're gonna quickly just talk about things that are spoilers because like I want to talk about this, and the only way to talk about it is by ruining the movie. So
all right, let's ruin it.
If
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, if you really want to watch the movie, we suggest checking it out. If you don't care, we're just gonna talk about some things that happen after spoilers. But here we go. Ready? We're gonna spoil it.
Let's go.
So my issue with the Ditto, because we find out that like what's it called? That the guy who's actually
Big Bad was doing an experiment, and that's kind of the whole point of the movie. And it turns out Ditto was his first experiment.
So the guy that we thought was a good guy is actually a bad guy, and Mewtwo's actually a good guy, right? His Ditto was transforming into a human, and then when he took off his sunglasses, we see his eyes, and oh my god, did they scare the fucking shit out of me?
Yeah,
and I understand it because that's kind of Ditto's bit, right? When he turns into like another Pokemon, he just has these really like
these beady, horrific eyes,
right? And I didn't mind it when it was like other Pokemon, but when it was humans, it was fucking scary.
Now you know how Pokemon feel.
Like he had like it was just flesh up until the dot,
Yeah, man.
And it was gross looking. So that was something I didn't like about the Ditto. When he was in like Ditto form, I was like, oh, fucking nice, a Ditto, like a little piece of slime. That was pretty cool. But when he was in a human form as Ditto, I was not a fan of that. It just looked off-putting in my opinion.
I loved it. They did a great job with it. It was very Coraline.
Also, I don't like that in Coraline. It scares the fucking shit out of me.
It's so creepy.
I know Mewtwo's really strong, and I know that like Mewtwo has like all these powers and stuff. Is it something canon, or is it something new for this movie where Mewtwo has the ability?
Oh, that's new. Okay, but right. Also it makes sense.
Okay, so because in here Mewtwo's power is also to like he can make humans combine with Pokemon, right? If they're in an erratic state, which is why they have this weird R chemical that they're making, right? So I didn't know if that's like a power that he had. I know he's super powerful. I know he's like telekinetic or whatever, and could do a lot of stuff. So I just didn't know if that was something he was able to do beforehand or afterhand, or something that was new. But I guess it makes sense, right? You just kind of just say, yeah, it's a new power he has.
Yeah, it's new shit. I mean, essentially, he was turning everyone to stone in the first Pokemon movie. Which is I don't know how that makes sense. Yeah. That's not like a thing that Pokemon can do. So whatever, he could do fucking whatever. He's telepathic. He could do weird magic shit. Who gives a shit?
And then one that did throw me fucking off or whatever was the fact that Ryan Reynolds, was obviously the voice of Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds was also the main character's dad. And I was like, what? I don't know why that took me by surprise.
Oh yeah, no, I figured that out as soon as they kind of showed people combining or whatever.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't fucking know why I missed that. I was just like, it wasn't to the point where he's just like, he goes, where's my dad? And he's like, he's been with you the whole time. And I go, oh fuck, it's just Pikachu. Like, I don't know why it took me so long to get that. And I was just like, why am I so dumb or whatever? But when like they separated the two and then he meets up with Ryan Reynolds, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it, and it makes sense. And the fact that Ryan Reynolds is white and that Justice is African American is fine. He's kind of light skinned, so he could be mixed, And we did see a picture of his mom, who passed away, who was who was black. So it's like, okay, cool. It's an interracial relationship. Like,
honestly, I love that they made a Pokemon movie with all of that.
Right,
like,
it's super progressive for something like this because
it's a kid's movie.
Yeah, it could have been like, nope, white kid has to be a white dad or whatever. It was like black kid has to be a black dad. And I did think, and then I realized when they finally show us, Ryan Reynolds and them, I was like, of course they didn't show us. The whole time they avoided showing us what the detective actually looked like. And I was just like, why would they do that? And I go, oh, because I'm a fucking idiot.
It's a plot point.
Yeah. I just thought that was so dumb. Personally, to myself, I was like, fucking shame on you, Juan. You were able to catch the fucking very obvious, that's a good guy, that's a bad guy kind of bit.
Yeah.
But I was able to be like, oh, that's his dad right there. And it made so much sense.
Yeah, man, it was killer. They did a good job with that. I thought that was fun, putting in those multiple twists.
Yeah.
Because it's not the most obvious thing. And I thought it was cool when they finally give you like, hey man, this is what it is, but like, maybe.
Yeah, be cool though. Yeah. So as a whole, I feel like the movie was great.
It was fun, man.
I had a good time.
I had a lot of fun.
I did fall asleep. I'm not gonna lie. I was really tired. I fell asleep in the middle of the Mr. Mime stuff.
Oh yeah, and the mime bits.
And then I woke up for like the Charizard fight. And I was just like, I feel like I didn't miss much.
Nah.
I feel like what the information they gathered was like we had to go to the docks and there's like underground fighting. And I go, oh, so when I woke up, I was like, oh, okay. Also was really tired. Kind of like the way you are right now. So I was like,
they did a really good bit with the Mr. Mime thing where, and I guess you missed this, which was great. He started realizing, oh, right, Mr. Mime like actually makes these barriers and whatnot. It's not just him miming. So he goes into like Mr. Mime's house that he had where he was kicking back, drinking a soda, and then he starts pouring gasoline all over Mr. Mime. And Mr. Mime's just like, oh no. And Pikachu's like, what the hell are you doing over there? Like, what are you doing? And then they like tell him like, it's gasoline, dude. And then he's like, oh, okay, that's dark, man. That's dark. And he's like pouring more and more gasoline. And he goes to light a match and light Mr. Mime on fire. And like Mr. Mime's panicking. And then very quickly, he snuffs the flame on the little match. Yeah. And he does it a couple more times. So he takes the invisible gasoline and like puts it all the way outside. And then he's going to light it, but he's like threatening him. And that's how he gets the information out. And he's like, all right, here's the info. And then he accidentally drops the invisible match and lights Mr. Mime on fire.
And he's like, ah!
Yeah. And then it just cuts. And it's fucking great that he was, he lights him on fire. Like, oh no! Like, pure panic.
What a good bit, man.
Yeah, it was really fun that they took that and they were like, see, even Justice Smith can do it too.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. I mean, when I say that I didn't miss anything, I didn't miss any like plot.
No, you missed no plot points.
I missed like a funny bit,
but that was really a really good bit. I was like, "Fuck, that's dark."
Yeah,
that's that shit for the parents to be like, "Oh my god."
I also I don't know why it is, but I really like the bit where he goes, "I can feel it in my jellies." Like that.
Yeah,
that
whole jellies
I was just
thing.
like, I'm like, oh, that's funny. I don't know what that means. It's pretty funny though.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. So man, that's it. Go check out the movie. We enjoyed it. Take your kids if you have kids. Take your wife if you have a wife that likes Pokemon.
Take your Pokemon if you have Pokemon. Fuck it.
Whoa. Put a disguise on those Pokemon, though. They might get stolen by Team Rocket.
Fuck it.
Do you think this leads to maybe there being either like sequels or prequels or like spin-offs for like for future movies and stuff? Because they did mention stuff like the Kanto region and stuff. So they could do like a throwback to like a red versus blue thing or whatever. Or they could do like, a continuation with more Detective Pikachu or what do you think?
Seeing that they have such good, high quality Pokemon. They could potentially do like a mystery dungeon type thing if they wanted to keep it consistent with that like spin-off game. It'd be cool to see Pokemon Conquest as well.
Is mystery dungeon the one where it's like the three of them, like you're just the Pokemon? Yeah. And like, okay, yeah.
And I've never played any of them, but I hear they get pretty emotional, which is crazy to me. I was reading about it because people were talking like, oh man, it's just such an emotional game. But literally nobody was saying why. They're just like, it's emotional. Man, this Pokemon was so, it really got to me, dude. Like, but why? Why is it a tearjerker? Whatever. Like, I want to know. I want to do it. I don't want to play it, but I want to do it. And then some people are like, yeah, man, this one sucks. This one sucks too. This one's good. And this one's the best. And I'm like, everyone has different opinions. I'm not going to do it. It's old shit. So whatever. But
I think,
I feel like I missed out.
I think like, I don't know if I would want like there to be like a remake of like the original series, like, you know, like an Ash Ketchum kind of thing. I feel like that's something that there's more source material for it, and it's more likely that they'll just fuck it up, you know, kind of just be like, yeah, let's just retell his story or whatever.
Yeah, if they take a lesser known thing,
like
and
this
then just do
Detective
their
Pikachu
own thing with it. Yeah,
like there's, I mean, obviously there's like some sort of rules to it, you know. Obviously some people play the game, but for the most part, it's like, yeah, do whatever you want, you know, put it in this world. I'm super cool with it. So I think if they were to do something like, they'll make it like Pokemon movie Red versus Blue, or just Red or whatever, and it's just like we follow this guy or whatever, or, you know, kind of like a very loosely based on that first game. I'd be like, cool. I'd be down to see something like that, as long as we don't have to see like Misty and Brock and Ash and have to like suffer through like them being poorly like reproduced or whatever, and like just being upset with something like that.
Nah, man, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see it
at all. I want to see something different. I'm done with that original stuff, man. They've got enough of the TV show. They've got enough of the games. They did Pokemon Origins. Like, I'm done with that. That being said, I like Brock and Misty a lot as gym trainers. I don't want to see them as main characters, but I would love to see them as gym leaders if we were to do something like that. I love all the gym leaders. Sabrina is fucking kick ass. Same with Lieutenant Surge. Like, he's so intense and was such a big character in the show. I think it would be really cool to see him if he were like a real person, but I just feel like they couldn't do that as well. So they would have to do their own kind of story. They would either make their own league, or they would do something else like similar to Sun and Moon, where instead of doing leagues and gyms and whatnot, it's these little, I don't remember what they called them. Trials, I think so. Yeah, just doing different trial type things would be more acceptable. But overall, having this kind of different storyline that takes place within a smaller like
world.
Yeah, just a smaller kind of thing.
It's like another.
It's all about snippet. One city instead of a big region. Yeah. Like
a snippet in this world would be really cool, because there is so much to see from it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think it'd be foolish for them not to make some sort of sequel, sidequel, prequel, or something, you know?
Just make another movie and put a bunch of Pokemon in it. I don't give a shit. Yeah. They don't need to even be in like a main character or
just
anything.
Make a fly through, Just make this entire world and have like a, you know what? They should do a fucking documentary style, you know, Anthony Bourdain.
I would watch the fuck of the Pokemon
movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
How great would that be? Just like a 2 hour long, like, you know, Planet Earth style. Everything's shot really beautifully. Okay, we're doing that.
Yeah, that's what. Fuck, I want that. Fuck. All right,
we gotta make some phone
next
calls.
Time. I'm done.
Yeah, so that's the episode. Next week we're reviewing Motherfuckers, right?
Whoa. Yeah,
it's a movie that came out.
MFKZ.
Yeah, it's a French Japanese anime.
I don't fuck with the French, man.
The Japanese though.
Oh yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah. So
why would I say I don't fuck with the French? I need to go to bed.
Anyways, it's something that came out a while ago, and something that I've been wanting to watch for a bit, and we finally, you know, you got the ways to watch it.
I got it. I own it. I own it on Blu-ray.
Cool. So that's what we're gonna be doing next week. Trip's gonna be able to watch that while he's away, and then come back next Monday ready to fucking.
No, I'm gonna watch it on Sunday when I get back.
Watch it on Sunday when you get back.
I'm so sorry, everyone. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Anyways,
we forgive you, Chris.
It's time for Trip to go to bed. If you like our logo, hit up AaronFromTurbyTops.com.
She's got really good art.
If you like our theme song, check out Tom Nasser on SoundCloud or YouTube, or check him out in Ohio.
He's got a really good heart.
Trip, where can you find us?
On Facebook, you just look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. On Instagram, you look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. If you want to tweet at us, tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Accent fit.
I'm trying to be a little bit more active on there. So
That's good.
Catch me being an active boy. Hey, send us emails, instagrampodcast@gmail.com. Tell us about your first experience with Harriet the Spy.
Let us know what was your favorite Pokemon in the Detective Pikachu movie.
Okay, or that.
Let us know what you would like to see in a sequel, sidequel, prequel, or whatever.
A squeakquel.
Yeah. Squeakquel for sure. This is bye from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water. Never forget.